it turned out, it cost more than my wife's Range Rover. Before we get to that, let's get paid.
Because Mrs. Savage needs a new pair of shoes.
Today's video is sponsored by Off the Record. Off the Record fights traffic tickets and misdemeanors for drivers across the country. When you book a case with Off the Record, you're matched with an experienced local lawyer who handles your case from start to finish. And Off the Record has a 97% success rate and offers its clients a full refund if they're not able to keep the ticket off the client's driving record. Go online to offtherecord.com and download their app and use their code SG10. Do this now because once you register and put in the code, you'll get 10% off the first case, which can be used anytime during the next 3 years. So thanks for watching today's video, sponsored by Off the Record. We appreciate it, and check out the link in description below to get out of your ticket today. Welcome back to Savage Garage. Thank you for joining us for part 2 of the Pagani saga. So it is now September of 2020. We are in California for Gold Rush Rally and to see all of our friends, do some filming, have a great time. One of the people I love seeing in California is Alex Choi.
Should I do a flyby over someone's head?
Buzz the tower?
Should I buzz the tower? I'll buzz the tower.
Yeah, that's Choi flying.
Oh no.
So, we have made it to the Choi household.
Spicy, non-spicy?
Non-spicy.
Jeremy, you guys ate already? Yeah, all right. It is approximately 5:30, 6:30 at night. As I'm leaving Alex Choi's driveway, my Pagani is on the hill. Now, the problem with being on a hill in a Pagani, the clutch, the transmission, a little sensitive. And I'm going to use this as the example here. Most gates, if you think about it, are not really, really long. If they're really long, they usually have 2 doors. Alex has what seems to be like a football length gate at the end of his driveway. And not only that, but it opens toward your car when you're on a hill. So I didn't know this. Gate was open when we got there. The gate starts to open. I start to freak out because I think it's literally going to smash into the front of the Pagani.
The pump isn't.
Hey, something's wrong with this car.
Yes.
The gate hit us.
No.
Lo and behold, actually, it did nick the PPF on the carbon fiber lip. So the PPF ripped, but nothing happened to the carbon fiber. The problem was, I put it in reverse and gassed it to get out of the way so hard, all of a sudden you hear this clunk noise. To give you kind of the same similar feel is if you were driving an automatic car and let's say you were on a hill, okay, and you put it into reverse and you weren't quite in reverse, but you hit the gas and then it kind of caught and goes thunk a little bit, kind of that jerk motion. Usually it's okay, it doesn't hurt the car. For some reason, we don't know what happened. It didn't feel that hard, but the car kind of made this thunk noise. It sounded like a throwout bearing. It sounded like, to be honest with you, a race car at that point, because it sounded like cut gears. It really had that whine to it, like race car gears, because race car. Power steering, but it's not.
I think it's were you using the like when you're at his house, like when you were backing out, it was like there's a lot of like slow like clutch movement, right?
Yeah.
I think the clutch overheated, so it's probably like it needs to cool down. What do you think? Yeah, I see it smoking. I don't know.
No, I can smell it.
Huh?
I can
smell.
It smells like clutch.
Right there.
That's why I said the PPF fucking saved it.
Bad. Dude, the gate came so wide out. I'm like, holy shit, and I couldn't back up fast enough.
Dang.
Yeah. I make a few phone calls, explain to a couple people what's going on. Mike, who's the mechanic over at Newport Beach, Pagani, he says it sounds like it could be a throwout bearing. It's engaging in gear. He says, just drive it. So I literally just drive it. I drive it down to Rodeo Drive, do a nice couple pulls. You see that on a couple videos. But at this point, the car is completely running fine, minus the noise.
I actually think the whine is kind of cool.
It does sound sort of race car-y, doesn't it? Oh yeah.
That was a good one.
So during Gold Rush Rally, the Pagani went through its paces, obviously, going from different climate changes to different elevation changes. The car performed flawlessly. It was amazing. Right after we finished Gold Rush Rally, it was Savage Rally. And a much shorter rally, obviously under 1,000 miles. I drove it the entire time. I even took it out on the track and possibly might have seen it if it goes sideways. I don't know.
Run, Alex.
I hope everyone got that. I'm not doing it again. That was exciting. But obviously, look, at the end of the day, I'm not every day doing donuts in a Pagani. It was a one-time event. I wanted to try it. It worked great. I'm happy. But the trans is still going. I mean, everything's still working right. Nothing broke on that car at all. After we finished Savage Rally, I bring the car to Prestige for service and obviously to check out what's going on with it. Originally, I thought, maybe it's a clutch, but as it turned out, it was a little more than that. To simplify what happened, based on the fact that I'm not a mechanic and based on the fact that I want to explain it so everybody understands, is basically the input shaft or a rod goes into a gear around with bearings. So little ball bearings spin around and all that stuff. When the input shaft went in incorrectly, all the ball bearings spun weird and produced shavings. And then the transmission was not happy. Obviously, they opened up the transmission oil and all the metal fragments were on the inside. So that's exactly why we needed to replace the transmission. Lo and behold, I didn't know what quite the cost of the transmission would be, let alone labor, clutch, parts, lubricant, everything. And as it turned out, it cost more than my wife's Range Rover. I actually had to pull up the receipt because I couldn't remember the exact number. But to give you an idea, and we'll put it up on screen for you here, the final number was $110,582.92. My wife's Range Rover was $109,000, just to give you a comparison. What's really sad is you buy all this stuff and it's stuff you never get to see. At least it would be carbon or something cool. No, it's this. Now, I will say this. It's a 2014 car. Unfortunately, the warranties are all over on the car. So I knew this going into it, taking the risk and all of that. This goes into why I sold the car. I don't think the car would have broke if it wasn't for that hill. It's kind of funny how Alex and I always giggle around that when we're together, one of my cars always breaks. And lo and behold, that was probably the most expensive brake ever.
How much is the Huayra key?
Well, all right, so the Mercedes key inside is $435. You take and put the outside on it, and it's $7,000.
I just fixed it.
Oh, you fixed it?
Yeah,
Was it
he
broken?
broke my key.
Anyways.
And we'll talk more about why I sold the car on the next episode of Savage Garage. Thank you very much for watching and stay tuned.